I think the last time we spoke in person, for an interview, was just before you made your Glory debut against Gershon.
Yeah.
Picked up a great win during that time. It was on UFC Fight
Fight Pass,
Pass.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was. The UK fans got really behind you
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that. Can you tell me about that experience? Obviously, you're not new to fighting on the big stage, international, but Glory is something that I guess every kickboxer striker aspires to, especially at that time. What was that win and that experience like for you?
So that was definitely one of the highlights of my career, to be selected to represent the country, fight on such a big pinnacle of a show. Like I said, them shows are professionally run from start to finish. We was looked after. I was on the same card as Alex Pereira, so he's a big star now. To City Chai, Josh Jauncey, Bailey Sugden, to just be amongst them guys and being able to compete on the same show was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man.
Looking back on your performance, how did you feel that you did on that big
I
stage?
thought I did really well. I thought to be fair, I thought I was cherry picked to lose.
Right.
Gershon was 3-0. He's
Yeah.
the first Jewish fighter on the show. So
Yeah.
I think I was a cherry pick to lose, and I think I just spoiled the party, man.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, because I've kind of had that thought, and we've not spoke about this,
Yeah.
but it made sense to me after that win too, to get you booked, get you back on the show. They was really taking the time with it. You launched a campaign online, was quite entertaining with your Photoshop skills. You was calling out all the top names. You was getting some responses too. It was just like, you're making their job easy for them. Like, match him up. What do you think happened there? Was it a case you think you upset their plans?
Yeah, I 100%. Like I said, I believe I was cherry picked to lose, and messed up the party, and I have a voice of my own, and we signed a deal that was meant to line up 3 or 4 extra fights, and nothing came through. So I started using my own voice, started using the platforms, and maybe I don't know, maybe they just didn't like what I was doing. I'm not too sure, but they just let my contract run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something that's not unheard of these days. There's a lot of UK talent being picked up by international companies, and they're not really getting to compete.
Yeah.
And then we kind of see the letting of contracts to run out, which is quite unfortunate. So you make your comeback after that period. I guess, do you like everyone else, you sit out during the COVID and the pandemic? Is that when you kind of return to action after that with kickboxing?
Yeah.
I guess Pantelis is the...
Yeah, I think Pantelis was the first one back after COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about like how it was, like obviously preparing for that, being back? Obviously you reached that pinnacle of Glory, and then you came back for another title, taking on Pantelis in London.
Yeah, so obviously being released from Glory, I was at a little bit of a low. I just reached a pinnacle. It was one of the biggest shows around at the time, before like One had sort of really blown up. So that was a bit of a bummer. Training during COVID was okay because I'm a key holder. At the time, I was a key holder at a gym that I was using, so training wasn't a problem. Training with Ritty Jack wasn't a problem. We was wearing masks and so forth. I was worried about not being able to perform in front of crowds, but as the fight come about, COVID had been dropped and we was able to fight in front of crowds again, which was quite cool.
What did you? Obviously, it's been a while now, but what did you? Obviously, you won, but what did you think of that performance? Was it a bit difficult, kind of after sitting out of Glory for a bit, and then the pandemic? Was it a bit of a struggle to get back into it?
No, because I live and breathe the sport. I'm always doing something every day. It was just more of being out of the ring for so long.
Yeah.
You can do as many sparring rounds as you want, but being under them big bright lights and the eyes of the audience, that's when you really feel it, man.
Yeah. Following that, you take on Ryan Stockley in Muay Thai rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys fought to a tough draw.
Yeah. Tough kid, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Take me back to that.
So we fought at lower weight than usual, under Muay Thai rules. I'll fight any rules. Fight's a fight to me, and Started off really cool. End up dropping him in the first round, with a shot that I didn't believe he'd get up from.
Yeah.
He managed to get up, and I think I got my nutrition wrong, and I started to fade during that the fight, and lucky enough to get a draw. Yeah.